Okay, now I'm live. It said it was having trouble, but apparently we are live. Hello and welcome to WandaVision Rewind. I'm gonna play that intro. I'm used to a much longer intro, so I wasn't sure what was happening. But anyway, I am Candace from the Geeky Waffle. Oh, I'm over there now. And we would like to welcome you to our very first WandaVision Rewind. Yeah. With me is...
I'm Arzu, also from the Geeky Waffle.
Okay.
I'm Maggie from Twitter.
Let's see here. No?
And I'm Norhal from Twitter too.
Yeah. Twitter also. Okay, so overall, what did you guys think of WandaVision?
Loved it.
The first 2 episodes.
I loved it.
Loved it. I'm so hooked. It's so weird and different, and I'm here for every bit of that.
So I'm really glad this was the first Marvel series they came out with.
Yes, it's so different.
Yeah, and I think this is officially the first Marvel Studios TV show.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is the only one that canon is going to be actually canon, unlike the ones that were on Netflix and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sorry, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agent Carter is canon.
Oh, it is.
Because that ties into Endgame. So Agent Carter.
And doesn't Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. tie in loosely as well?
I don't know.
They say that Phil is dead in the Avengers movies.
So is it like a what if?
I guess so, or it's like...
If they play with timelines at all in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I don't know if they do because they stopped at a certain point. Then I think it gets a little fuzzy.
Yeah, it's Phil's fan fiction. There it is, right?
Okay.
But this is the first Marvel Studios, and it will affect the movies. And they're saying like this is gonna be a trilogy: WandaVision, the new Spider-Man movie, and then Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Because Elizabeth Olsen has been advertised as being in Doctor Strange, and I really feel like this builds up. So let's just go straight into it. We have Wanda and Vision. They're married. It's such a cute little intro. He puts her over the door, all kind of carries her, and it's like wacky hijinks, right, guys?
Like quirky 50. Like, honestly, until things started to get weird, which I guess we'll get to, my brain kept thinking I was just watching a 50s sitcom.
Yes!
And then something jarring would happen. Like, right, Marvel, MCU. And then they'd go back to quirky. I'd be like, quirky? What are they going to do about the dinner? Like, I was very invested in this.
Very invested.
Agreed.
He's got to get that promotion, guys.
Yeah, like, I was actually looking forward to seeing, like, what's going to happen on Monday when he talks to the boss and how, like, of course there's not going to be more of that. But
of course, okay, so
I was hooked enough.
It's a situational comedy. It's, of course, something that's semi-low stakes, but it feels like really high stakes. There's a hard in the calendar, and neither of them can remember what the day is. And again, wacky hijinks ensue.
And it's a whole like miscommunication thing that's like such a common trope. I loved it.
Yeah. It was so cute.
Yeah, and I love that from the beginning. It started with the comedic situations when they go through the door and Vision goes through the door and then she falls to the floor. That was
and she's
my
just
first
like,
laugh.
Yeah, and she drops the plate on his head, and it's like, oh yeah, his head's not so indestructible.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So she's flying the plates all around, like very Bewitched style.
Yeah.
And she's like, my husband's indestructible head, and we're all like,
Infinity War.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, I had a laugh, and then I felt terrible.
We laugh
really
and then we
awkward.
cry.
Yeah.
Should we just talk about how what we believe is this is Wanda's vision, right? This is a world she has created. I'm sorry for lack of a better term. And we feel like she grew up with these 50 sitcoms, watching reruns on, where did she grow up?
Sokovia.
She doesn't have her accent anymore.
Yeah, she lost it.
Could it be because this is all in her head?
No, she's living her accent a while ago.
Did she lose it in the movies? I wasn't really.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, so
they like gave up on it during Civil War.
She's been hanging around a bunch of Americans long enough.
Yeah,
the accent went away.
She's like, oh wow, that vanished.
Yeah. Well, if she watched a lot of American TV, like these sitcoms.
Yeah, it's Steve Rogers and Hawkeye's fault.
Yeah.
There we go.
Always blame Hawkeye, right?
Yeah.
damn it, Hawkeye. You and your stupid haircut. I'm so
See, you're saying,
upset.
damn it, Hawkeye, now, then you get mad at me when I say he should have died in Endgame.
He should have.
That's a whole other thing. That's a whole
She
other
yelled
thing.
at me.
100%.
I
Because
know.
it's cliche for him to have died.
He
Why
should
should
have
he
died,
die?
though.
Because nobody cares.
Oh,
Hawkeye
And then I got
too?
yelled at.
because that's mean.
Nobody
Oh.
cares about you, Jeremy Renner.
I'm like, nobody would care. The audience wouldn't care. I think half the characters wouldn't care.
Hey, as soon as he showed up with that bad haircut, I lost all interest. I was just like,
You can fall off a cliff. It's fine.
Like, yeah.
So
It's
let's
okay.
talk about where Wanda is mentally
Come
after
back.
all the stuff that happened. She saw
It's not
Hawkeye's
good.
horrible haircut. She
Not
can't
looking
probably
good.
can't get over that. That's traumatizing.
That would send
Yeah.
me into a spiral.
So she's one of the ones that got like snapped.
Snap.
Flip, the snap, yeah.
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 Right after the love of her life. She first had to kill him, and then Thanos brought him back, and then she had to watch him die.
Ah,
And
Homegirl's
before
been through
this,
some.
her parents are dead.
Her brother's
And then-
dead.
And then, yeah, before that, her brother died. She's on like a terrorist watch list, like superhero. She was on the run with Captain America, who just yeeted himself out of the situation.
yeah.
Captain
With,
America
like,
was like,
no
actually,
goodbyes.
I'm gonna go hang out with my girlfriend and like live my life. So deuces.
Y'all have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just going out to the store to pick up a few things in the past.
He went out for a 1940s carton of milk and just didn't come back.
Did not come back.
A pack of cigarettes and
And it seemed
come
like
back.
in Civil War.
So,
and I was
so
thinking
that's
about
where Wanda is. She's like, so Steve went back to the 1940s. So if I go back to 1950s sitcom, be like,
Find it somewhere.
It
Yeah.
seemed like they were close-ish. Her, Steve, and Natasha, right?
mhm.
Nat, yes.
Yeah.
Because they had been on the run forever. And then, again, Natasha died.
She died.
Wanda needs therapy.
I know.
So much therapy.
So, let's say you're this all-powerful witch with unknown powers. And pretty much everyone you loved has died.
Yeah, she's only left with Bucky and Falcon, and they have
She doesn't know
issues
them.
on their
and they
own.
have
Yeah,
each other.
yeah.
They have trauma bond without her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
And-
like, yeah.
Like, yeah, Bucky's like a psychopathic assassin. What is he going to do? Yeah, Sam's got his hands full. He's got a shield now, and he's got a Bucky.
Yeah.
Too many.
He's
too much.
busy.
Too much. He's busy. And then Hawkeye's like, "Oh, my kids, probably."
He's off running around with Kate Bishop.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh, true.
So Wanda is completely alone, and she got mad powers.
Yeah.
So throughout the episodes, you like hear or you see things that are kind of off. And in the
Mhm.
second episode, we hear someone calling like, "Wanda, are you there?" Or like, "Is someone
Who's doing this to you is
who's
the big
doing
thing.
this to you?" Yes.
Which
I
makes
thought
me
that
think she's not totally projecting this
Control.
to make herself feel better. Like, I think
Mm-mm.
Something
something
happened.
is happening to her, and this is where she's gone to like remove herself from it.
And I thought it was really interesting at the end of the first episode when somebody turned off the TV, like they were watching what was going on in her mind. I
Yeah.
thought that was really suspicious.
Okay, and let's just go straight into what we see right
And
there.
look, there's
in
the sword
corner.
symbol again.
Yes,
Yeah, the sword symbol.
which stands for SWORD, which is a like a side, like affiliate spinoff of Shield.
Sword and shield, I like it.
Yeah.
Sword and Shield, and it is Sentient World Observation and Response Department. It's a counter-terrorism and intelligence agency that deals with alien threats.
Hmm.
Aliens.
Aliens and terrorists. And since she's on a terrorist watch list,
Yeah. And I mean, the stone gave her the power, and the stone is alien.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like, what is it? Secret Invasion. We don't know.
Yeah,
So-
we don't know yet.
What did you guys think of the whole "my boss is coming out over for dinner" kind of thing?
oh my god, I loved it.
It was just I was so invested in that plot.
It was
Like-
so bewitched. It was like
It was so Bewitched. Did
Yeah.
you notice like the magical sparkles, or just like what Bewitched's like title card is?
That was the
The
second
same
episode
spell.
though.
Yeah, the second
no.
the second
when he does his like little magic
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
changes his face, the sparkles. It sparkles.
Oh,
sparkles,
yeah.
Sparkles.
Yes.
But yes, I got this cap because you guys asked for it.
Because. For
Because
reasons.
What is that dress?
what is
you
that?
wearing?
What are you wearing?
It's the hand gestures.
And where his eyes are, which is hilarious.
Like, Mr. Bettany, we need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Cannot be getting this flustered on a Friday morning, sir. Like,
I watched this over cereal, and I did not need.
Okay, so something else that's interesting in both these episodes is their commercials in there. And I'm like,
Mhm.
what? This is
Yeah.
streaming. There's no commercials. Disney Plus, you get enough of my money. But no, the first one is for a toaster. And do you guys see there right in the middle? What's that?
Yep.
red.
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 Yes. And it's a Stark toaster.
Hmm.
It makes the Iron Man sound when you press the button.
Yeah.
An
And
Iron Man sound.
Look what it says. Forget the past. This is
This
your
is
future.
your future. Hmm.
Mm.
Mate. And let's talk about Wanda and her brother's relationship with Stark, or maybe even the company Stark. Do you remember in Age of Ultron, we find out their backstory is that a missile bomb came through their apartment and they were waiting to die. And all they could see was a Stark Industry logo.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, but they didn't want to tell.
yeah. So they were.
So
Yeah.
Trauma.
her relationship
Trauma.
with Stark and with the other commercial, I guess, are equally not great. It's not like one good and one bad, the way I guess most of the people would perceive it.
They're all tied together. And
Yeah.
she fought with Tony later on, like beside him, but you never really felt like they were like close or friends.
It's just a common cause kind of thing.
She was on the
No.
Captain America side of the Civil War.
Exactly.
Yeah, and remember that even Tony said, they don't grant visas to weapons of mass destruction, talking about her on Civil War. So
yeah, he was very clear about how he felt about her. So yeah, but again, that's her main trauma. And if this is in her mind, do you guys think that Pedro, her brother, could possibly show up?
whoa.
I'll lose my mind.
I would love that. I would love to see that.
Like
Yeah.
at least a cameo, because let's think about it. If she brought Vision back, who died twice, he died twice. That was so painful. Then why can't she bring her brother back? If this is her perfect world,
Yeah, I don't see why not, honestly.
it'd be a great cameo at least, and then maybe that might help her. Like, okay, this isn't real, because maybe she could be in denial about Vision, but not
Not a brother.
Brat.
Yeah,
Exactly.
maybe.
But what about if she tries to bring her brother back, but she brings the Marvel, the other
So
Quicksilver?
the X-Men version, the Warner Brothers
Yeah, the
one?
X-Merson. Yeah, like what?
Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
I love the new bubbles that are with this theme. It's so cute.
I know.
That's lovely.
So at the very end, she cooks Brenner, which is my favorite thing, breakfast for dinner.
Me too.
Yeah, I love it.
It's perfect. It's so cute. They're like, oh, she's European. I'm like, where's her accent? Never mind. The boss ends up choking, and it's so creepy.
And his
It's
wife
a
just keeps
weird,
going,
unsettling
stop it.
moment.
Stop it. Stop
Yeah.
it. Stop it. And I was like, oh my God.
And then the funny part, well, not the funny, the creepy part was that she actually told Vision, like, help him. So
Yeah, because Vision stopped.
And what I
Everyone
noticed about through half of the stop its was like at first she's looking at her husband being like, okay, stop it. But at one point she kind of angled and so it was like she was looking at Wanda instead,
yes.
telling her to stop it. So I don't know what was happening there. I'm sure that'll come to light. But she was telling Wanda to stop it, and that's when she told Vision to go help him. So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of I don't know.
And you could tell that at that moment too, that Wanda like realized something was wrong. Like it felt like there was something off finally.
She kind of gave a look once the wife asked her, oh, why don't you guys have any children? Where are you guys from? Where is this happening? And they realized like they have no backstory.
Yeah.
And also the children thing goes into the next episode.
I know. And one of the things that I liked, well, previous to the dinner, is that I was laughing at the part where Vision was playing the ukulele and they were
Yes!
singing,
Oh, I didn't get to
Old
catch that.
MacDonald.
I got it.
And Mrs. Harder, yeah. Oh my God, that was so hilarious.
Vision, so many talents. And
I
one
love that
robot
actress
man.
so much.
Yeah, she's from that 70s show, Joe Roop something.
Deborah Jo Rupp.
Thank
Yes.
you. And it was great having like the sitcom icon.
And
in the sitcom.
Mr. Hart is a really well-known comedian. Fred something or other, starts with an M. I'm blanking on his name, but he's a comedian as well. The
Yeah,
boss
he's a big
was.
character actor in the biz, right? So yeah, like we were saying, it ends with them looking at the camera,
Breaking the fifth wall.
Yeah.
breaking all the walls, just breaking the walls down, and it pans out. It goes from what is it called? What size is it?
Smaller aspect
The
ratio.
box aspect, with the TV aspect. I can't even remember. And then it pans out.
How the
into-
hexagon, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, somebody's watching. And that kind of like, how are they watching? What kind of technology do they have that they can do that?
Like maybe you're
Somebody-
watching her brainwaves.
I don't know. I checked all the names. The only thing I could find was the director is Abe, let me find my notes. Abe Brown. Abe Brown is alumnus of Middletown School Science and Technology and a former member of the team that Spider-Man Peter Parker was on.
Whoa.
Oh.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, in the comics, Abe Brown is a member of the Sons of the Tigers, a group of martial artists, and he's under the codename Black Tiger. He is brother of a former enemy of Spider-Man. So,
Whoa.
Do we think this is gonna actually come into play, or is this just one of those like
Easter eggs.
because the rest of the names didn't have any connection to Marvel, I don't know. I don't think so. This is a kid. He's probably like 19, or if he got snapped, he's like 15. You know?
right?
It's possible that they are. I just started researching stuff just because you said that, and I started researching just like the names, like Addison and stuff like that. And there are characters from X-Men that match some of those names that are just like parts of the name, like
Oh.
Addison Falk. And so if this is House of M, and this is a way to bring the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they could just be like, wink, wink.
Cling, cling.
So there is a House of M reference with the wine bottle.
Mm-hmm.
She pours the Maison de Mispris. I do not speak French, and I barely speak English, which translates to the house of contempt or scorn. So, as fans have pointed out, that it seems like it's a House of M storyline, and we all know Disney bought something a little while ago.
Yes, they did.
They buy everything. So they got the X-Men, and it would be very interested. Oh, the graphics of
Sword, yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
There we go.
yeah. So
Yeah.
does that mean
Right
there
up on
is
the
some
left, there's
vision?
one red one
Yeah.
and one green.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does that mean that Vision is alive? Come on. I know this show is gonna make me cry, but like Wanda, like she
Yeah.
can't go
Wanda
through
back.
that. She can't do that again. That poor girl.
Please.
Everyone talks about how hard Steve and Tony have it. Freaking Wanda
Wanda.
gets a trophy. Of, like,
She has the absolute worst. Like,
Sure.
Yeah, she's having the
Oh.
worst time of it.
So let's talk about the episode 2, which has
Aw.
the cutest intro, and it's so bewitched, right?
Oh yeah. Even I was watching with my parents earlier, and they're like, "Is this Bewitched?" And then like the WandaVision came up, they're like, "Yeah, it's Bewitched." Like immediately, they're like, "Okay."
yeah.
it made me so happy.
So a little part of it here is when he's going down, you see some
Oh.
bones in the house.
Uh-oh.
Also, what's the helmet?
yeah.
It-
Looks like.
Is it a skull?
I thought that was a spider, so
Same. I thought it was a spider too.
the spider web's not helping either. So
Wait, who has a helmet like that? I did not notice it.
Oh, is this another one of the allusions to the devil?
I don't
Like,
know.
does he have something?
He thinks sometimes. What's his
Mephisto?
Yes, and he does have horns and certain things, and I'm not sure if he has like a
Helmet.
helmet.
Oh, that's true. Other than the thing, Shannon's saying in the chat that the face part looks like Magneto.
Oh.
Like not the side stuff, but this. Yeah, she's right. That does look like Magneto.
It does look like, oh my
Yep.
God.
And in some of the canon, he is the
Wanda-
father of the twins.
Pietro's dad. Yeah.
Would they like
Oh.
change their story if they can have the mutants now? That's the whole reason they made them like normal and got their powers by the Infinity Stones is because they didn't have the rights to mutants.
Yeah, and that's interesting.
Yeah, so
I
since
don't know
they
how
didn't have
far
the
they want to
rights-
walk it back, though.
But the thing is, how do they introduce X-Men and the whole mutant class into this?
Multiverse.
It'll have to be multiverse.
They could, like this Wanda's dad isn't going to be Magneto, but they could multiverse it.
She might bring mutants in. Okay, so my theory is that she feels like she's alone because nobody has powers like her, barely.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but in Far From Home, I think they flirted with that idea of having like multiverses, but it turned out Mysterio was just he was a liar. But
Jake Gyllenhaal was a liar. He was so handsome, but a handsome liar.
I know.
I think Taylor Swift would agree with that.
Whoa.
I think Taylor Swift's okay now with her millions and millions of dollars and hot boyfriend.
But he wouldn't come to her birthday party.
That
never trust a man.
Let's go into the deep of this.
Oh my gosh.
There is milk right there that says Bova and Bova. Oh my God, this is a real thing.
Really?
Bova milk refers to Bova, the humanoid cow who raised Wanda.
What?
And her brother.
What? Hang on. What?
A humanoid cow in some versions of the comics raised Wanda and her brother.
Yeah.
Then people ask why I don't read comics.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that's crazy? Are you saying comics are weird?
Wait until you find out what Loki did with a horse.
Oh, I know what Loki did with a horse.
We all know what Loki did.
We all know what Loki did with a horse.
Yeah.
So Auntie A's kitty litter is a witchy reference to Auntie Agatha, who we believe is Agnes in this show. And Agnes is someone who in the 70s and 80s of the comics taught Wanda, trained her with her magic.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of references right there. And can we just say, so cute.
They're so cute.
Aww.
I would legit just watch a sitcom where like nothing bad happens to them and they're just like trying to get through their
usual
lives.
suburban crises. I'd totally watch that.
Shannon, just look it up on the internet. You'll be horrified.
No, don't
Shannon,
do it,
like,
Shannon.
No.
If you want to sleep at night.
Don't.
Hey, Tracy. Yeah.
Hi, Tracy.
Yeah, Loki doing things with a horse is fine. Female Thor is a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes into a whole other thing. So they're training for a magic show, which how flippin' adorable are they?
Their comedy is so good.
They're comics on point and so the chemistry. I love the chemistry. I mean, it's awesome.
They're wasted not doing sitcoms. Like I know they're both serious actors, but they are so wasted not doing sitcoms because they're like they have really good timing.
And we think about like how little time they've had together in the movies. But
Yes.
they're so iconic. Every moment with them is iconic. And like you guys were saying, the chemistry is there. No wonder they gave them a whole series to explore it. It just makes sense.
That was the thing that I was so mad about them killing Vision, because I was like, these two have such natural chemistry and you're just going to waste it.
Yep.
Does not make sense at all. So they first have twin beds, which, you know.
Classic. I
so
love Lucy.
50s, yeah.
It
I love
used to be
Lucy.
illegal. It was illegal to show a couple in bed together on television back then.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's Wanda's head, she's like, no thanks.
Illegal. Never mind. Because I
And
mean,
then
he's right there. So
No, actually, something from the first episode when they were talking about seduction techniques from this magazine. I was watching with a friend, and she like just imagine them looking at fics.
Oh, fan fiction.
oh no.
Yeah.
No. Because the seduction techniques were so like really vanilla, like oh, just
so
fold that.
vanilla.
Yeah, just fall into his arms. Like, things have been written about those two.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wanda finds a helicopter, and did you guys notice what was on the helicopter?
Color?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's always
But there was a
red for one.
57. A
Yes,
57 number.
57. So that's Vision's first appearance in Avengers 57.
Yes.
Oh.
While there is, again, the logo of S.W.O.R.D. So,
Oh, we
And
didn't even
again-
talk about them making wedding rings for each other. The wedding.
Oh,
wow, I
I'm
can't
sorry.
speak because she's wearing it in that scene.
yes. So, yeah, they realize they don't have wedding rings. They don't even remember when they got married.
They don't even have a song. They chose Jackety Jack.
Don't talk back.
Don't talk back. God.
So, yeah, the whole episode, it's really funny. If you go to Disney Plus, you see the little summaries like, Wanda and Vision try to be part of the community kind of thing. There's nothing like, there's creepy stuff. There's people watching them.
Yes.
I love that. I love that the description is just like the sitcom thing you would expect and then sort of lures you into that false sense
So
of
I love
security.
everyone that's like, it's romance, it's happy. And I'm like, oh, we're going to get our hearts ripped out of our chests. Just you wait.
I knew this from the start. I am ready for my
I
heart to be
signed up
broken.
from the agony.
Yes.
Yep.
The angst. We are ready for the angst.
You don't need this and cry. Your
Yeah.
heart.
I'm
My
going to read
heart's
House of
already
M
gone.
between this week and next week so that I too can be ready for the angst.
Yes.
Yes. I was like telling my mom about all this stuff, and it's like, so technically Vision's dead, because she read my review that I wrote today, and I was like, so technically Vision's dead, and she was like, he seems awfully alive.
It's comic book.
Well,
I was like, well, so
So Wanda goes to a meeting headed by Dottie, who's played by Emma Caulfield from Buffy,
Love
who
her.
played Anya, and I absolutely adore her. And they say something interesting, like she says, "The devil's in the details."
not the only thing
Yeah.
he's in.
Yeah, and Maggie brought up a good point again with the character Mephisto. Like again, is
Yeah.
that
Mephisto? I don't know.
Mephisto?
We'll go with
Okay.
it.
mhm.
But we
The
believe
devil.
that he is going to be the Phase 4.
Whoa, the big bat. Oh,
Like
And
the
there's-
Thanos.
There's also another reference to the devil because somebody, I think it's Agnes, says it something about Scratch, which if you don't know, the devil is referred to as Old Scratch.
didn't
So like that was another reference, and then there's another reference to demons. There's some like something they say something about demons. It's like a blink me miss it like weird line, and so then I was like, wait a second. Because if you go back and you watch Disney Investors Day trailer for Loki, there is a stained glass window of the devil that looks like Mephisto or whatever you want to say his name. I've only ever read it. I've never heard it. And I also think it's interesting that Marvel is bringing Moon Knight into this because Mephisto is killed by Moon Knight. And so, and then like there's stuff with Doctor Strange and Mephisto and Loki and Mephisto and
Spider-Man.
and Magneto and Mephisto.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's with
All
everyone.
coming together.
If you guys, at least like if you're not like super into comics, you probably heard about the part where Peter Parker makes a deal for the devil to save Aunt May, even though Aunt May is like 95 years old, and he gives up his marriage to Mary Jane and goes back in time.
Whoa.
It was pretty much just comics trying to get him back into being a high schooler. So
Right.
that's what it was about. But the thing about this villain is he hates people being happy. So he probably
So-
loves Wanda.
Oh,
Because that girl is not happy.
it's not happening.
No. And let's go back to the second commercial in the second episode.
Strucker.
Strucker.
And that Hydra. Hail Hydra.
So, Baron von Strucker was a villain in Age of Ultron. And again, remember, Hydra is what gave Wanda her power
Mhm.
in this canon. So, it's weird. And this goes into something later in the episode, which I guess we'll just go into, is
Shannon.
Yes.
Damn
Damn it, there's always one. At the very end of the episode, we see someone like at a beekeeper, or there seems to be bees around him. He's wearing the sword logo. However, in the Marvel Comics, the AIM, who is part of Hydra, again, these little offsets, wear these kind of costumes.
Yep.
Ooh.
And Hydra, we find out, was a part of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
So what if this little offset of sword is still part, like, Hydra, like, still infested?
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. Captain America's like, I got most of the Nazis, not all of them, but I got most of them.
Some of them slipped through the cracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look back to the past.
They come back.
Did somebody refer to Dottie as Queen Bee? Because I know that's what
Yes.
every single. And so then with the beekeeper, Queen Bee.
Okay.
Mm.
So this is gonna tie now into what's been bothering me. Not bothering, but like,
Thinking.
So we've got this bee connection, Dottie and the beekeeper. So we see the beekeeper like 2 seconds after Wanda realizes she's extremely pregnant. Dottie's got this for the children refrain.
Yes, and the creators of competition.
It's like, and they all repeat it like it's a cult. And then she comes home from this for the children event, like 6 months pregnant.
I know. And then
So,
it gave me the vibes of this is the way. This is the way. Gave me the vibe like
cult.
way.
this is the way by way of Stepford Wives. It was like weird.
Shepherd Watts, yes.
So I don't know. I feel like
What's
they've got
the
something
box?
to do
What's
with her.
the box? What's in the
In the
box?
box.
What's
What's
in
in
the-
the box?
Look, it's related. It's all related. She's
And
got something to do
Hart was
with
there. Mrs. Hart was there during the For the Children
Yeah.
thing, and the scene before, or in the episode before, she had asked them, "Why don't you have children?"
And that's when Wanda's like looks away and she's kind of frozen. She's like, why don't we have children?
Oh, and then Geraldine. That's not the character's name. That's not the name that we were told that actress is playing.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
And do you notice how when she introduces herself, she pauses, like she has to think about what her name
But
is.
she's like making I'm Geraldine. Hi, and
Gerald.
then that's it. Like you're right. She pauses. She hesitates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And yeah, there's a reason I'm making Brie watch Captain Marvel.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
They were like, why am I watching this? I'm like, there's a reason.
It's all connected, Brie.
It's all connected. It's amazing. Apparently, we're also going to get like somebody from Thor in the next one. And
Yeah. What's her face?
Kat Denning, who plays Darcy Lewis, who is the fandom bicycle.
Oh.
Everyone writes fan fiction with her. Like, ships her with everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I just got that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. they
I
call
heard
her
Phantom
Bicycle.
Bicycle at first. I'm like, which hero is this? And then I
It's Ghost Rider. No.
Ghost Rider.
Everybody has a fandom bicycle. I just
Yeah.
realized that Mando is the fandom bicycle.
Yes, he is.
yes.
He shipped with everyone.
I feel like Hermione is that in Harry Potter and also Draco.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Less Draco, more Hermione.
Yeah. More Hermione.
Yeah.
I've
He gets with
seen
everyone.
stuff with Hermione. It's just I wish I could unsee.
Yeah, I played a drinking game once with my friends, and we were like, I bet you there's not a fan fiction about blah, blah, blah and Hermione. Or we would just close our eyes and, like, do the drop-down thing, and there would be, like, 5.
Whoa.
There's some of her and the giant squid in the lake.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, we're getting to Rule 43 or 34 or whatever there is. So, another time we see Brad, sorry, upset Maggie, is when Dottie cuts her hand.
Yes.
Yes.
Hand.
You cut your hand?
Eyeliner. No, it's eyeliner.
She's really into this life.
She's,
Like,
I was
she's
like-
really.
We all just put pearls on. Candace went and sliced her hand open.
Yeah. Hey, I got my Peter Pan collar. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying really hard to be part of
Just like Wanda, you never want to grow up.
exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, yeah, we only see Red, and her name's Scarlet Witch. So,
Oh.
yeah. And also Vision's red. This just reminds me, what else is Vision's red?
It's after 10. We could talk about it.
Is it after 10? Can we talk
Is it after 10? No.
Well, the
Wait a
whole
minute.
thing in the
Look,
comics,
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
they established that the two.
Yeah, Pleasantville. Yeah, it gave me Pleasantville vibes, as Shannon said.
so much Pleasantville vibes. There's crazy amount. Yes. So, one of the things in the comics is Wanda and Vision literally can't get pregnant together because he's a robot. As we see with the gum, he dumps out those parts. And in the comics, she wills the pregnancy
Into
So-
existence.
So crazy. So crazy.
She's
she
truly
takes-
one of the most powerful.
She is.
Yeah.
That's why she had to be snapped. Because, like, we see her in Endgame, too. The way she stands up to Thanos, like, barely anyone could do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so and the thing is, she takes, like, part of the soul of the devil to create her children.
Well,
Mephistos. Yes.
It doesn't last.
It does not go well.
No.
here's my question now, because they can't have kids because he's a robot.
Mhm.
But based on what we're seeing, the man's got a healthy sex drive.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yes.
is that
I mean,
programming?
I mean,
Oh,
we see
gosh.
that they're like one of the first scenes in Affinity War is them like post-coital,
Like
whatever.
they literally just put their pants back on, kind of thing.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The after.
Yeah, the afterglow kind of thing. And you're just like,
They've made it work for them.
yeah, they got creative, guys. They got creative. Okay.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
We're gonna drink
be
before we
clear
have these
here.
conversations.
Paul Bettany.
Paul
Yeah.
Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen, why are they both so hot? Questions. How dare they?
Deeply unfair, and yet we thank them for it.
Yes.
Appreciate.
And just flippin' adorable. Flippin' adorable.
Mm.
That's all I can say. And they seem like they're having a lot of fun with it, which I feel like
Which is
is important.
important.
It's very important.
Yes.
So at the very end of the episode, like we talked about the beekeeper coming out, but Wanda rewound it. Which
Mhm.
good
Yes.
title, Maggie. Maggie came up with our rewind. So,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So it all ties together. Wait, did you watch this before us?
No, but I have friends.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Maggie. I was like, damn it, she's telling us she has this without us letting us know. And they flash forward. Or they don't flash forward. They do the Pleasantville color everywhere, but it's also the next decade.
Yeah.
Yes. And we are now fully in Brady Bunch.
Yep. And also, Wanda's pregnant suddenly.
Big pregnant.
Yeah, like. Oh, it reminds me of like Once Upon a Time because they had like rush pregnancies all the time. They're like, oh, they had some magic, and then I'm sorry, Maggie, I'm sorry, and ours you too. They both just got so cross with me.
Yeah, like
Come on, Candace.
It was like
So-
immediately.
So the next episode is probably going to be like what to expect when you're expecting robot babies.
Oh, it's gonna be all quirky, like pregnancy sitcom jokes.
Oh, I'm
She,
sure.
she
Until the
probably will
creepy
already
starts
given
happening
birth
again.
and stuff. Maybe I don't know.
No, because there's a little bit in the trailer where it's the
Oh, yeah.
70s and she's like heavily pregnant.
Oh,
Yeah.
the 80s is when they have the babies.
And
Yeah.
they're pulling the Full House, the twins.
Oh.
Yep.
Immaculate
Yeah.
Conception.
Well,
Yes.
that's the whole irony because of the devil. And so there is that
Mm.
weird like illusion of like
Immaculate, but
Dun, dun, dun.
holy.
So do you think we're gonna get into like 90s and then maybe 2000s? I'm kind of excited that we don't know anything after like the next 2 episodes.
I know, right?
I wonder if it's gonna lose the sitcom format like towards the end.
There is, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really cute. It's sold out almost like everywhere.
Yeah.
You never know these things until they're already sold.
Yeah, but you make a really good point because, well, sorry to talk about Star Wars, but in The Mandalorian, same thing. We just saw images from the first, four episodes?
4.
Yeah, so it's the same. I don't know if are they going to morph into mystery, suspense kind of thing instead of and lose the comedy vibe? I'm not sure.
Well, I feel like we know from the one trailer that there's going to be stuff with like the troops and like the what's ever going on outside of Pleasantville, and more with Geraldine or her actual character name.
Yeah.
Do you guys think this Agnes is good or bad?
I think she's bad.
You think she's bad?
I think she's got an agenda.
Oh yeah, she's definitely got an agenda.
She had a plan.
I don't know if she's like a flat out villain, but she's got a plan, she's got an agenda, and she definitely knows more than she's letting on.
Arzu, are you saying she's sus?
I'm saying she's sus.
Agnes is sus. Throw her out there.
Agnes is the imposter.
Just eject Agnes. Oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
And do you think there will be any surprise cameos? We did talk about possibly Pedro, Aaron, coming back as her brother. If this is her ideal world, wouldn't her brother be alive still?
Oh my god, could you imagine if he shows up like an Uncle Jesse type like appearance?
I would love that.
With his like white hair.
Oh my god, could you imagine that? No, I want that. I'm going to be disappointed when that doesn't happen.
Oh
You know
my
how
god.
about a good point? Like, what if it's the Evan whatever faces Quicksilver instead?
Quicksilver.
What if they're
Version.
both there?
They're both there? You want both? Both.
What if they were both like in the Full House vibe? We've got an Uncle Jesse, we've got an Uncle Joey.
Yeah.
Ah. like hi sis, and like who are you? Oh yeah. What? Yeah.
It's like the joke of like recasting characters in sitcoms. Like they could totally play up that vibe.
They could.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys think the people reaching out to her on the radio are good or bad?
That thing, actually, when I saw it, I thought it was Vision because he was having trouble with the gum, like in the previous scene. But no, he wasn't. So, but yeah, it's interesting because it's like, hey, Wanda, where are you? Or like,
who's doing this to you, right?
Yeah,
I think it's. Mm-hmm. I think they're good. I think they're like, I don't want to say like an Avenger, but like like on that side of the conflict, like somebody who has her best interest at heart. I think. I would like to think.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, why would they care?
Yeah.
Unless it's something to do with like the fate of the world kind of thing. Like she is so powerful.
Yeah.
But Randall Parks is going to be in this. And
I did see somebody on Twitter say that it's like Randall Park.
So far.
We see him in one of the promos. And
IMDb says that both he and Kat are slated for 5 episodes and Emma is slated for 4.
How many episodes this season?
9.
9.
9.
But we saw him in Ant-Man, the second Ant-Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp. And
yes.
he works for the FBI, I believe.
Yes, he's with the FBI.
But maybe because he survived Ant-Man, they gave him a promotion.
Could be.
Because Ant-Man's a lot.
Well, if no, AIM was with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
Wasn't something an offshoot of the FBI? Did I make that up? I did.
I don't know.
Maybe swords related?
Yeah, maybe. And I can see maybe Darcy being like, hey, you didn't panic during Aliens. Why don't you come join us? Or else we have to like wipe your memory or something.
After everything Darcy's been through, 100% she works for the government now. Like,
oh yeah,
she knows too much.
Yeah,
she knows way too much.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll tie in Loki.
But
is that the next one?
Falcon.
No, Bucky.
Next one.
Oh,
yeah, Falcon.
No, the Falcon
Bucky's next.
I think if
me
we're
wait
gonna
for
get
it.
anybody like any big cameo, it would probably be Doctor Strange, wouldn't it? Like right at the end.
Yeah, I think maybe Doctor
Or maybe
Strange.
Wong, like part of.
Yeah,
or-
maybe Wong.
Hmm.
But somebody from that
Yeah.
multiverse opening portals world.
Someone,
yeah.
because it's well advertised that Elizabeth is filming that right now.
Right.
So,
Yeah, there's no secret there.
and with all the rumors of the new Spider-Man being too many Spider-Mans is what it is going to be, or like we're gonna steal into the Spider-Verse kind of thing.
That my boy Matthew Cox is apparently filming right now. My
Oh,
boy.
yes.
Rumor scoops, Maggie.
No, actually, like that was confirmed.
Oh, it was
from people
confirmed?
who saw them filming.
Okay. So yeah,
With their own eyes saw it.
Well, how do you guys feel about the TV show becoming like part of the movie canon? Before, you didn't really have to watch Shield to like get the full story because Shield again wasn't quite affiliated. You definitely didn't have to watch any of the Netflix stuff because they barely tied in.
I think my thing with this is because all of these shows are like limited runs and they're not like Shield, which is like 7 seasons and now we're in space and now we're traveling through time and now it's like we're trying to keep this going and these are just limited runs, concentrated stories. To me, they just feel like extra long movies. So I have no problem working these into canon. The like even Agent Carter, as devastated as I am that it got canceled after 2 seasons, was so short that it fits into canon really neatly, where I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of struggles with that because of how long it lasted.
They went all over the place.
Yeah. And I don't know if the format where they are releasing them is like every week instead of everything at the same time, that you say, it's there, and you don't rush to watch it. Instead, you want to keep watching it every week because they're going to spoil it to me. So
they made
maybe
it
that
appointment
helps.
television almost.
Yeah.
They made it so like we can't cancel Disney Plus because we just went from The Mandalorian to this. They're smart.
They are smart. Disney knows what they're doing. If you watch
exactly
their direct-to-consumer project plan, it's all there. They're keeping us forever.
Oh, I know, and I'm happy for it. I'm like, give it to me. Yes, I want this because again, like we were talking, these two characters had like I think like probably like 15 minutes of screen time together in like all these movies. But again, they're so iconic. That chemistry is there. You want to see more. You know,
and
there's more to
it's so funny for me personally because like I admittedly am not a huge Marvel fan. I am obviously aware of a lot of stuff because I've read the comics, but I'm not a big Marvel fan. And like the only reason I watched the movies was for Wanda and Vision. And so when they announced that the first show was Wanda and Vision, I was like, oh, you got me. You got me right where it hurts.
So, do you guys know what the budget was for this entire series?
Mm-mm.
$25 million.
25 million?
I don't know.
I'm gonna guess $1.5 million. No.
I'm gonna guess like $1 million an episode.
Budget for the show is $225 million for 9 episodes.
And I felt stupid for saying 25.
Wow.
So like 25 per episode almost.
Yep, 25 per episode. And they're only half an hour long.
Yeah, sure.
Today's episode was 23 minutes.
Yeah. So this is historic. This is the most expensive TV series ever.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So what is that?
It's all going to Paul and Elizabeth.
Okay, so if they're like 20, I'm going to say 25 episodes, they're 25 minutes an episode. So it's basically $1
million a minute.
It's essentially a 3 hours and 75 minute long movie. But yeah, basically per minute, it's $1 million per minute.
Wow.
That's expensive.
I'm expecting some big stuff to happen and then like towards the end then.
Yeah.
And that has to account for somebody's really big budget for a cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It also has to account for some big special effects that are going to be happening
hmm
towards the end.
I feel
Some
like that
action
could
scenes.
definitely be like a Benedict Cumberbatch appearance.
Yeah, like
Yeah, you got to fly him from England. Got to make sure he has a bunch of tea and crumpets. You know, got to keep him happy. Is this the
They
most
have
British
the-
name ever?
They have the Marmite and everything. So
Yeah.
And-
So, oh, go ahead.
no, also coming back to what you guys said about Agnes, the character. This actress, Catherine Hahn, all her, did I say it correctly? I'm not sure, but most of her characters are like the nice side character, like
The
like,
nosy neighbor next door.
exactly. But
Yeah.
she's like a good character. So yeah, maybe she could have an agenda, or maybe be a villain.
Oh, well, the first time I really saw her was in Parks and Rec, and she played like the political advisor who was very like, why do you have kids? They're gross kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
And she's in Bad Moms. Bad Moms.
I love her so much.
I know, she's
Yeah.
hilarious. This just like, it has so many people I love in it, and I can't wait for
Yes.
this to happen. So, what episode do you think? How many episodes to go till we like all are sobbing on this?
episode 7, we're gonna be stopping.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
Oh, I didn't know she did the voice for that. Okay, so fun fact, Catherine Hahn did the voice of Doc Ock in Spider-Man Into the
Yes.
Spider-Verse.
Oh,
Yeah,
Really?
She's part of it too. Yeah.
wow.
Oh.
She's part- What if she's Doc Ock?
She does have the right hair.
She takes a.
Could you imagine
What
if they
if
tied
Ralph,
in
her
in
husband is
My head would
just
explode.
her octopus?
Wow.
Her husband Ralph is her name for the arms.
Yes. She says
Okay,
she
but-
wants him to
okay.
goose her.
Okay, but now I'm thinking about the fact that Into the Spider-Verse, Oscar Isaac is the voice of one of the Spider-Men, and he's gonna be a Moon Knight.
Wow.
How much of these are connections and how much of these are just like the biggest people working right now?
It confuses
50-50?
me because I feel like Marvel would be better about crossing their streams.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
If Moon
Especially
Knight
since
is actually
Oscar
Spider-Man.
Isaac was already Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yes.
Yes, he was.
All over
Except-
Marvel.
We all forgot because he was in like 10 pounds of makeup on his face.
Yeah, I actively forget that was
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac.
Because it
I
doesn't
do
sound like him
too.
either. It's
Not at all. He probably forgets too. I bet if we
Yeah.
like cornered him somewhere and was like,
"Oh,
"Hey,
I don't know her. I don't know her." Like
Were
Apocalypse.
you in
Now.
Apocalypse? Was I?
wasn't that long ago? It's like 2016."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same year that Civil War, that Captain American Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
everyone, and it was around the time Batman versus Superman. Everyone was like, "Oh, they're fighting because like the other X-Men are gonna fight some of the other X-Men with Apocalypse." So it was all
Yeah.
these team ups and
Versus. The team up year.
Yeah, the team up and versus year. So yeah, we'll see what happens, and maybe we'll get like a Bucky and Sam cameo at the end, and be like, "Off to our adventure now."
Just like
Yeah.
a post-credit tag to lead into the next
Yeah.
show.
So
Like,
what do we think's
the
gonna happen with Vision? Do we think that he's like dead, and like she's gonna have to like accept that he's dead? Because I mean,
But like Shannon said, there's like vitals for him. So
Oh, that's true.
Oh yes.
what if they're both like somewhere on like a table, and they have like stuff set up to their heads, and they're like,
I'm almost positive that's what's happening. At
Like the
least for her.
Matrix. Like
Because it's like, who's
Something like
doing this to you? Where are you? Can you hear me? And then they've got the vitals and they're taking notes and they can see inside her heads. I'm almost positive she is strapped to a table with something plugged into her head. I don't know about Vision, but
I just realized that she learned the rewind thing from Thanos.
yeah.
I just made myself sad. I'm sorry, I made Arzu sad too.
no, now I'm like faced with the prospect of like she's gonna have to end the season saying bye to Vision. Like,
for the third
forever.
time.
And we all know I don't do well with
No.
this kind of stuff. So Looking forward to
We're-
that very much.
Yeah.
Already preparing. Like get prepared. Get yourself prepared.
Yeah, just get ready for the inks.
I'm ready to
Okay.
cry.
I think that's we covered
Yeah.
Yes.
lots of theories, lots of hopes, lots of fear.
Sad. Lots of sad.
We have to be ready for the sad. It's gonna
I
be
know.
a big sad.
When I'm unprepared for the sad, I spiral for months at a time. So I need to be
Ben
prepared
Solo.
for the sad.
Ben Solo.
I'm still not over that spiral. If I'm ready now, then I will be ready when it happens, and I'll be surprised if it doesn't. So it's a win.
I
Exactly.
cannot
It's
be
like, oh,
crying
good.
on my couch. Yeah. If he's like, oh, he's alive, yay.
Just
Yeah,
know
lower
that
your expectations. Yeah.
lower your expectations. The romance is a cover for pain.
Mm-hmm.
We can
Yeah,
have
it's
love
love
and
without
pain at
pain.
once, but I don't think this is going to end with anybody riding off into the sunset. Unfortunately, because I would like that, but
Yeah. Maybe
She
they'll go
better,
back in time.
made myself
Take
sad.
advantage of riding something else while she can.
Yeah. Wanda's gonna renounce her witch.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait, can somebody please, anybody listening, can you please take that advertisement for the Golden Oil Company? This can be good, but it can be better. And please Photoshop it into the commercial segment for WandaVision. Like, make it black and white and old fashioned. Just do this for me. I need it.
I need it.
I need it.
Yes.
Life is good, but it can be
It
better.
can be better.
Better.
Wait, I'm wearing my dress from that.
Yes. Nice.
Okay, so you can find Arzu and I at thegeekywaffle.com. That's where all our social medias are. Maggie, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Maggie of the Town, and I am writing for Your Money Geek as always, and I'm covering WandaVision over there.
Awesome. Norhal?
Yeah, you can also find me on Twitter at Norhal, and yeah, writing here and there. So
Awesome. So thank you all for going on this vision with us. We hope it's not going to be too sad, but if it is angsty and sad, we will be here to discuss it.
with
yes,
With liquor.
With
liquor and
yes.
lots of tears.
Yes, and fix.
And fix. All the
Yes,
fix it
fix.
fix.
Yes.
Fix it, fix. That's what keeps us all going. Bye.